Yo, what is good, my anniversary? What is good, yo? How? Oh, whoa. We ain't doing the exam yet. Hold up. What the doctor of the monsters this week? We get to see just what the flesh golem was all about, which it was just a nice way of saying zombie or saying like Frankenstein monster. uh, this person all sewed up. Kunai is her name. I like that name a lot. But she's all sewn up and looks like she straight up looks zombified and just undead. All a whole bunch of stuff. So to think that anything, excuse me, to think that anything like this was going to be popping off so quickly with this weird encounters that we see, definitely puts some interesting thoughts in my mind when it comes down to whatever else they want to do with this show could be relatively fun to watch. Not only was this character like not expected, it put me in a mindset where it's definitely a show where anything could happen, uh, especially characters who don't really seem all that focused on getting, their work done, like doctor stuff, which I feel the same way. I hate going to the doctors in any way, shape, or form. Um, so it's funny to see like animals and different types of monsters that would feel the exact same way I do, even though they can easily, fight and take out these doctors and stop them from doing this stuff. It's just they have to have it done. They're not going to kill this human just because they're uncomfortable for a little bit, which, uncomfortable or not, I think this Miss Kunai girl might have actually liked it at the end of the day, because learning all this stuff that we learn about flesh golems, it was just a nice little term or a nice way of saying zombie and all that stuff. So I honestly do like where this character stuff is going with them. I honestly just don't see what they're going to do with all of them at the end of the day, though, because uh, with the mermaid girl showing up and helping out at the end of the day, that was pretty cool, but it felt like it just was the one way to speed up the episode in a sense, Like, how do we push the narrative forward much quicker? Okay, let's just make the arm appear from someone we've already met. And mind you, we met up with two of the other clients. Well, actually, every client we have seen so far ended up in this episode. So, um, Mermaid and the Horse Girl. Was there someone else? No, right? There wasn't anybody else. And then now this girl. So, that's kind of the nature of these types of shows, is once you work on some of them, or the character works on some of these clients, they usually wind up showing up in other places, like just randomly at times. So I'm not in the least surprised that they're here and all up in his face. And for the mermaid girl, she came in the clutch with the arm that he would have been searching around the city, not thinking about uh, how the arm got like, you know what I mean? Like, how did the arm get removed in a battle? So if the arm was taken by an enemy, what would they try to do if they knew their enemy was still around walking and can still cause problems? Which kind of makes more of a interesting point too, is she was beaten by like human looking people, and on the flip side, she is one of the top competitors, or so to speak, of like dueling and stuff like that. So it kind of puts into perspective how many of these thieves there were. They might not have gotten out all scot-free. Like, there might have that might be the reason why there's only 3 of them that we see afterwards, like I don't think a lot of them all got out alive, maybe, so that's also a weird point that she is this ridiculously strong fighter and capable fighter and bodyguard of the higher up who also try to vouch for her to get this, this arm back attached, and for some reason they go there with that, with that help that they want without even finding or trying to track down the arm at first. So it was a weird way of asking the doctor for help, especially when you don't even tell them where the fight had taken place and stuff like that. So it's a weird story, but nonetheless, I did like this one more than, I don't know, like maybe the mermaid episode. I don't know. Actually, maybe not. This episode was a lot more simplified and dumbed down because it feels like there's something brewing still. Like, not as the fact that we put all the missing limbs back and then the story ends, like the episode ends. And of course it had to end on a weirder cliffhanger than just, oh, we put all these limbs on and it's okay. Oops, sorry. It ends on somehow the snake woman ended up pregnant, and either this is called for some backstory, like some past stuff to talk, or it's going to be like these snakes can get pregnant without needing a companion. I honestly don't know, because if it is his, well, we have a lot of explaining to do, so we'll see where this goes. I think the craziest thing that happened in this whole entire episode is her announcing that she's pregnant when, well, this beginning of this episode, it didn't even seem like that could even be the case. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going on with that, especially with the spider girl that shows up right before we hear this information and wants to meet up with the doctor. It almost makes it sound more or less like they actually are a couple than just partners, because the spider said maybe he's out there cheating on you, like you wouldn't consider it cheating if the snake girl probably has put different kind of, meaning to their relationship than he does. I don't know. It's interesting. Like I said, that was the most jaw-dropping moment in this week's episode, is the fact that we may have just learned they've been in a relationship this whole time and they're not just partners in the medical field. Okay, so we'll see how all that pops out. Oh my god, he is angry. I'm gonna have to shut you down, buddy. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed all the videos on this Sunday, and I will definitely talk to you very soon on Monday. So that being said, take care, my anime people, and definitely let me know below, are you enjoying the show? Do you think it's wholesome? Because some of the stuff was pretty wholesome this week's episode, besides, her uncontrollable urge to do what she was doing during her leg getting put back on. But outside of that, it was a nice episode, and I think we still have a lot to learn about the person that she's a bodyguard for, and why these thieves are targeting who they are, or bandits, whatever you want to call them, why they're doing what they're doing now of all times. So let me know what you guys are feeling in this week's episode, and I will definitely talk to you later. Alright, peace. Should we get the final match? Final match? Let's get it. I'm gonna focus. Oh. No. That's a sick way to go into Soul Edge. And it's over. GG's.